As you say, you've got some of the world's greatest universities, but K through 12 has not performed well by most measures for a long, long time.
Yeah.
What are the first steps you're making to try to fix that?
First of all, there are things we can do in the building, and there are things that we can't, but need to affect. The three most important people in a kid's education are the principal, the teacher, and the parent. The most important door a child walks through for an education is not the front door of the school, it's the front door of the home. You and I would not be sitting here if our parents did not teach us the value of an education. At school, you learn things, but at home, you learn the value of the importance of it. Yeah. And we need to entice parents to be involved in their kids' education. Dropping them off is not taking yourself off the hook. And too many parents think, dropping them off, I'm done. Right. I got them there on time. You ain't getting a pass on parenthood. Right. That's number one. Number two, we have the shortest school day and shortest school year of any major city in the country. And starting next year, we have the ability now to change that. The board has the ability to declare the length of day and length of year without going through collective bargaining. It's a major change. It's something I pledged we were going to do. And we're starting that process early with certain schools so we can test it. All those kids are getting more reading, math, and fundamentals. You can't get from there to here. We have great teachers, good kids. The system's stacked against them. Second, putting more emphasis on the role of principals. They organize that building. They set the quality to that building. There's esprit de corps in that building. And we've created a performance pay for our principal, pull them together. First school system to do that. Pull them together and change the training. So by the time my term is done, about 50% of them will either be retrained or be replaced. And because the principals are the place you can manage the buildings and bring the quality up. Right. And we also have comprehensive tenure reform. But I want everybody to know, we have really good teachers. They're dedicated to their profession. The way we're organized, they can't succeed. And the system's stacked against them. And then they get measured where they start on their own 1 yard line. Right. And that's just not possible. And who gets shortchanged? The kids. Now, we also, I'm a firm believer in early childhood education. We added 6,000 more kids to full-day kindergarten. And if I could, I'd do more. Because every year you go forward, you know, the ability to make a difference gets harder, not easier. And then also focusing on what goes on in the elementary, where we're on an accelerated pace to adopt the core curriculum in our school system. I love this job. I don't love it so much that I'm going to make a compromise about a kid's future. Right. It's not that important to me. Right. What's important to me is my kids will be okay. Right. They got good parents, a good education. People elected me not to worry about my children, but worry about theirs. And I will not be a party to a system that's stacked against kids from achieving something. It doesn't equal their aspirations.
Well, you're clearly passionate about it.
Because here's the thing. Parents are sending their kids to a school system that they themselves, given the opportunity, would not do. And if we're going to have a public school system, which I believe in, we have to make fundamental changes so it achieves the mission of education. And we now spend more per pupil than we did 10 years ago. You can't tell me we're getting the value out of it. Can't. Right. And nobody in a straight face could.